Mark, I guess making runs has been a kind of recurring problem. So making enough runs, I guess, for your bowlers to defend. Is it disappointing that you're still not being able to build those consistent totals, competitive totals?
Yeah, definitely. It's disappointing. It's an area we've got to look at improving for sure. Having said that, I thought we had a competitive score on the board. It was probably below par and below what we wanted and needed, but I thought we could have defended that if a few things went our way, but wasn't to be again. So yeah, you're right. A bigger score would have been nice for our bowlers to bowl to for sure.
Do you see the need to get extra batsmen and increase the batsmen as being the key priority when you're signing up?
We need to have a good look at the whole squad as a whole, definitely. But yeah, we definitely need some class in there. We need some more power. So they were areas we probably identified at the start as well, but we weren't able to fill those voids when we were trying to sign players initially. But yeah, that's something we've definitely got to look at. But there was a lot of positives come out of the whole season. There's a lot of good performances, but we just weren't quite good enough, and that's disappointing, definitely. But I think the guys can be pretty proud of how we fought out. All probably except two games. Two games were very disappointing, but other than that, I thought we played a pretty good brand of cricket. But we just didn't quite have the class or the polish or the finish to be able to finish the job off.
Do you think you're in a better place this season as opposed to 12 months ago to get players to come to the team? Now that when you've come, that's a big attraction for other players. Also being more competitive.
It's hard for me to say. I wasn't around 12 months ago, so I don't really know what it was like, and it'd be unfair to me to make criticisms about what it was like. But certainly my experience has been absolutely brilliant. The boys have been fantastic. Even though the results weren't going our way, the positive spirit and the willingness to work hard was always there. The guys never dropped their head, and so that was very encouraging from my point of view. And I think also next year I think we'll be a lot better as well, because I've certainly been learning on the job as a captain of a T20 team, and so I felt I was getting better and better the more the season went, and I felt I got to know the boys a lot better the more the season went, and I think that's important as well. At the start it was trying to get to know everyone, trying to get our game plan in place. So the longer we sort of stick together and keep as many of these guys as we can, then I think the better we'll be.
So you're definitely back for a second season next summer?
Yeah.
Someone like Sharad Kailas has already indicated he'd be quite interested to come.
Yeah, we'd be more than happy to have him. He'd be a very handy acquisition. So yeah, we'll definitely, if you want to have a quiet word to him, we're more than happy to have him here next year.
Was the loss of Khawaja tonight quite a big blow?
Yeah, it's a huge loss. Someone that's he's a class player for one. He's a leader around the team, and he's the guy that can play that substantial innings for us. We needed someone to make 70 or 80 there, and we would have got over 150, 160, and he's the sort of guy that has done that on a consistent basis. So yeah, it's a huge loss for us to lose him. It gave Dan Hughes another opportunity, and I thought he played pretty well tonight, but it would have been nice if he kicked on, turned that 30 into 60 or 70. But yeah, that's the way the game goes, unfortunately, sometimes.
I guess that's been the issue with guys like him and Patterson and Flores. But any of those youngsters in particular you feel have really kicked on this season, or they still have some way to go?
Well, I think they're all good, talented players, but they're at an early stage of their career. It's going to take time to develop as players, and it's going to take time to get experience, but they're just going to get more they're exposed to these sort of environments, the better they're going to get. And so I've been really happy with all those young guys. They've worked really hard. They're willing to learn. They'll do anything to get better. And if we keep showing that faith in them, then they'll repay that faith in spades in time.
It feels like Nathan Lyon's performance tonight with the ball, man of the match, seemed like the difference between the two.
Yeah, he bowled really well. Because there wasn't a lot of spin there, and there was a short straight boundary, so we were definitely targeting the short straight boundaries. But he bowled differently to normal T20 spinners in that he was able to get a lot of overspin on the ball and get drop on the ball. Whereas most spinners come here and they bowl sort of flat and into the wicket, and sometimes that can be a bit easy to hit. So he bowled really well, and he deserved to be man of the match.
He's kind of been pigeonholed so far more as a test match bowler. Do you think he has the ability to be able to play short form cricket?
Without doubt, he would definitely do a very good job in any form of the game, because he's quite a smart bowler as well. He's not just going to lob them up to get smashed out of the ground. He used his pace well. He knew when batsmen were coming and when they weren't. He knew at times to attack and when to defend. So he's definitely got the all-round game to do well in short form cricket as well.
Different form of the game. 2020's Test cricket been much different. How do you think he'll fare in South Africa?
Nath? Yeah, I think he'll do well. I think he's probably bowling the best he has during his career. Been watching closely during the Test series, and I just think the way the ball's coming out of his hand and is it's coming out beautifully. And you can see, if you look on the side-on trajectory, you can see the ball really dipping as well, which I think is a very good sign for an off-spinner. And I think he's also finally got the 100% backing of everyone around in the setup, and that's a big thing for a player. You know that you've got 100% support from the selectors and the captain and the coach, then you really feel like then you can just concentrate on your game and play your best cricket.
And for yourself, between now and next season, do you have IPL? What are you looking at over the next few months?
Yeah. Well, I'm in the auction for the IPL, so if I get picked up, then I'll be going. If I don't get picked up, then I'll be relaxing on the couch at home, I guess. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think it's in February sometime, the auction, so I'll just wait and see.
Look at county cricket or any other short form game?
Yeah, options are open, I guess. I'd like to have a bit of time at home with the family as well. So my options are wide open at the moment. I'm not sure. No plans.